I don't care what the birth certificate says, Elena. In this family, we honor our heritage. And heritage doesn't include the name of a waitress from a roadside diner. Those were the words my mother-in-law, Beatrice, spat at me while I was still clutching my 3-day-old daughter in the hospital bed. My stitches were still fresh. My head was spinning from exhaustion. And there stood Beatrice, dressed in a crisp, cream-colored Chanel suit, holding a silver rattle she'd already had engraved with a name I hadn't chosen, a name I hated. She didn't look at me with sympathy. She looked at me like I was a temporary vessel that had finally delivered her property. I am Elena. For 7 years, I was the perfect daughter-in-law. I'm the woman who stayed silent when Beatrice criticized my cooking. I'm the wife who worked 2 jobs to put her son, Mark, through law school while his mother vetted my lineage. I grew up with nothing. My mother really was a waitress, a woman who worked double shifts until her veins turned blue just to buy me school shoes. I named my daughter Maya after her. Maya, a name that means illusion in some tongues, but to me, it meant strength. To Beatrice, it was a stain on the prestigious Sterling family line. Mark, my husband, stood in the corner of the hospital room, staring at his shoes. Mark is a man built of soft edges and, let's not make a scene, excuses. He's the kind of man who thinks peace is the absence of noise, even if that peace is bought with my dignity. "Mom, maybe we should talk about this later?" Mark whispered. "There is no later, Mark," Beatrice snapped, her eyes never leaving mine. "The social media announcement goes out tonight. The Sterling Foundation needs to announce the arrival of Clara Elizabeth. It's
a legacy name. It's expected. Her name is Maya," I said, my voice cracking but firm. Beatrice laughed. It wasn't a warm laugh. It was the sound of dry leaves skittering across a gravestone. "We'll see, dear. Hormones are such a fickle thing. You're clearly not thinking straight." She left the room then, leaving the scent of expensive lilies and a chilling sense of dread. I looked at Mark. "You're going to stop this, right?" "Elena, she's just excited," he said, avoiding my eyes. "She's already set up the trust fund. If we just go along with Clara for the public stuff, what does it matter what's on a piece of paper?" That was the first crack. The moment I realized I wasn't just fighting a mother-in-law, I was fighting an institution. The weeks that followed were a blur of sleep deprivation and psychological warfare. We moved back to our house, but Beatrice was everywhere. She hired a baby nurse without my consent, a woman named